Having learnt about digital channels and consumer buying funnel, let's get going with mapping those to arrive at the essential digital marketing metrics. You make an advertisement and post it, say, on Facebook. The ad is seen by many, which increases awareness. Out of all those who see, many comment, like, share, and click. All those customers have moved to the consideration stage. Now, few of them who clicked your advertisement to go to your website, liked your product, and bought it. Purchase stage has reached. Few of those recently converted customers of yours are very happy with the product and go to social to talk about it. The post purchase phase of customer delight and brand advocacy has started. This is a general mapping across the buying funnel against various customer actions in the online space. Let's now deep dive into each to arrive at the fundamental metrics of digital marketing. Those metrics are also known as marketing metrics or performance metrics. You see an online advertisement to become aware of a brand, new product, offer, latest update, etc. You have moved to the first stage of the consumer funnel, that is awareness, by looking at the advertisement and reading it. The viewing is called impressions in the digital world. The overall number of impressions is equal to the number of views that your content has garnered. Now, one customer may view your content several times. Let's assume two customers, Sherlyn and Ayush. Both have seen your content 2 and 3 times respectively. Hence, total number of impression is equal to 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. There is also a term which is the number of unique impressions, which means the number of individual customers, that is, the different customers who viewed your content. So, in case of Sheldon and Ayush, the total number of unique impression is 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2, as only two customers, Sheldon and Ayush, have viewed. However, they each have individually viewed it multiple times. Reach is another term which is used instead of unique impressions. Reach can be a number or a percentage depending on which digital platform is giving you the data. In case of reach is expressed as a number, it's equal to the number of unique impression. In case reach is expressed as a percentage, it is equivalent to the number of customers who have viewed the content divided by the number of customers targeted to reach through that content. If you target to reach 10,000 customers and 1,000 people in your target group did view the content, then reach in percentage is 1000 divided by 10,000 multiplied by 100, which equals 10%. Thus, reach percentage in this case is 10%. Now, let's calculate the cost for impressions. Since views of the content are generally high, hence calculations of the cost is not done per impression but done per 1000 impression, also known as mil. So, the cost is calculated as cost per mil, which means cost per 1000 impressions, generally abbreviated as CPM. CPM is total cost to generate the impression divided by number of impression, the entire multiplied by 1000. Since it's a cost, so it's expressed in monetary terms. Hence, if the overall cost to generate 10,000 impression is rupees 1 lakh, so the CPM is equal to 10,000 divided by 1 lakh, the entire multiplied by 1000, which equals a CPM value of INR 100. We, as customers do many times, scroll down, say, a Facebook page without even glancing at any content for a fraction of a second. Hence, the definition of view has to be framed. In case of non-video content, a view is registered if the customer has seen at least half of the advertisement area minimum for 1 second. In case of video content, a view is registered if the customer has watched at least half of the video frame for minimum 2 seconds. Now, after looking at the advertisement, you found it relevant and clicked. It means you have reached stage 2, which is the consideration stage. This click is the first stage of consideration. It is measured by a matrix called click-through rate, abbreviated as CTR. CTR equals number of times the advertisement was clicked divided by the number of times the advertisement was viewed multiplied by 100. CTR is measured in percentage. So if 100 customers clicked out of 10,000 customers who viewed the content, then CTR is 100 divided by 10,000, the entire multiplied by 100, which is equal to 1%. The CTR in this case is 1%. Like in case of impression and CPM, in this case also the cost of every click is calculated. It is measured by a metric known as cost per click, abbreviated as CPC. Since it's a cost, so it's expressed in monetary terms. CPC equals campaign budget divided by the number of clicks. For example, the overall cost incurred to generate 100 clicks is rupees 500, then CPC is 500 divided by 100, which is equal to rupees 5. Thus in this case, CPC is INR 5. When you like a post on social media, what do? You like, share, comment, retweet, etc. All these actions shows that you have engaged with the content and it's a part of your consideration stage. Hence, engagement is a metric also used to measure consideration. It's the total of all actions that the customer takes on content. Overall engagement is equal to the number of likes plus the number of comments plus the number of shares. Please note, different platforms have different measures of engagement. For example, in Twitter, it's tweet, retweet, whereas on Facebook, it's like, comment, share. Hence, accordingly, the parameters will change based on the platforms. An extension of engagement is a metric called engagement rate. It's expressed in percentage. Engagement rate is defined as the overall engagement divided by the number of views of the content, the entire multiplied by 100. Higher engagement rate shows that the content had a higher likability ratio amongst the viewers. We will learn about engagement and engagement rate in more detail in content marketing. Sometimes a customer may not click on your content but note down the website URL and directly visit the website. A customer may also visit a company website without coming across any content as a trigger. Hence, website visits become another critical metrics for the consideration stage. It is measured by a few metrics starting with the number of visitors. The total number of visitors is the total number of visits made to your website within a specific time. Generally, it's 1 month. You may vary the duration based on the requirements you have. For example, you are running a campaign for 15 days. Then you may like to see the number of visits for 15 or 20 days, starting the day of the campaign. There may be few customers who visit your website multiple times within a specific time. Hence, it is the concept of unique number of visitors, which shows the number of individual visitors who have visited your website within that specific time. Taking the example of Sherlin and Ayush. Sherlin has visited the website 3 times and Ayush 4 times. So the total number of visitors to your website is 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. The number of unique visits to your website is 2, as 2 different visitors Sherlin and Ayush have visited. Now, out of the 3 times Sherlin visited your website, first time she stayed on your homepage for few seconds and without performing any action like clicking etc., she moved out of the website. Other 2 times she clicked and performed activities on your website like subscribe etc. Ayush did leave your website twice within seconds without performing any action, and remaining 2 times he went across the other pages of the website. Those visits of Sherlin and Ayush where they left the website within seconds after landing without performing any further action doesn't add any value to your business. Those are examples when the customer has bounced off your website. Bouncing off means the visitor came to your website but left within few seconds without taking any further action like moving to other pages of the website or clicking on some matter, etc. It is measured by a metric called bounce rate. Bounce rate is calculated in percentage. Bounce rate is equal to the number of visits which ended in the landing page without taking any further action divided by total number of visitors multiplied by 100. So in this case, bounce rate is equal to 1 plus 2 divided by 3 plus 4, the entire multiplied by 100, which equals 42.8%. Hence, the bounce rate is 42.8%. It's obvious, lower the bounce rate, better is for your website, We will study more details about the same when we study website and Google Analytics later in the course. Now, you've reached the purchase stage of the funnel. Here, purchase is the expected action which the visitor performs, that is, he or she buys the product. It is important to note here that the objective of the campaign defines the desired action for the user. For example, there may be a B2B company who is into machine selling. Now, those machines are not sold online, but the website is an excellent source to generate qualified leads. Hence, in this case, the action can be the user fills up his details in the form on the website. The sales representative of the company later follows up with the user offline. Similarly, for a B2C home cleaning company, the action can be the user requests a callback from the company. Hence, in the purchase stage, the desired action is the objective of the campaign. It is measured by a metric called conversion rate, which is the number of visitors who performed the desired action divided by total number of visitors, entire multiplied by 100. It is expressed in percentage. For example, the objective of the campaign was to increase form download. The number of visitors who downloaded the form was 200 out of 1000 number of total visitors. Then the conversion rate is 200 divided by 1000 entire multiplied by 100, which equals 20%. Hence, the conversion rate is equal to 20%. Now is the cost of this conversion. It is calculated by cost per conversion, also sometimes referred to as cost per action, CPA. It's expressed in monies as it's a cost. CPA is equal to overall campaign cost divided by the number of conversions or the number of visitors who took actions. For example, if the cost of the campaign for form download was rupees 10,000, then CPA is equal to 10,000 by 200, which is equivalent to rupees 50. Thus, the CPA in this case is equal to rupees 50. Next stage of the consumer funnel is to do with customer delight and brand advocacy. In the digital world, there are specific metrics to map customer delight and brand advocacy, which is a part of earned media. The first one is social mentions. It measures the number of times the brand is mentioned in the online space. There can be three types of mentions in online space, namely positive, neutral, and negative. Hence, the question is, do we add up all the number of comments to arrive at social mentions, giving negative scores to negative comments, or do we treat positive and negative comments separately? Therefore, there are two schools of thought for calculating social mentions. Let's take an example to understand it. A hotel brand got 5 positive mentions like it was a great experience, 2 negative comments like it was a horrible experience. The first school of thought says a brand needs to consider positive and negative comment separately, as the corresponding actions required for those two types of mentions are different. Hence, in this case, here only the positive comments are considered for social mentions. Therefore, as per this school of thought, the social mentions for the hotel brand is 5. The second school of thought says social mention is to do with all comments, irrespective of its nature, that is, positive or negative. In this case, negative mentions carry negative marks. Hence, as per this school of thought, the social mentions for the hotel brand is 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3. The second one is the reviews. It includes reviews about the brand given by customers across online space. The last in this category is the number of referrals. Referrals are the cases when the customer has recommended a brand. It's important to note that brands keep track of those metrics for customer delight and brand advocacy in the online space. It is mainly as an assignment of digital PR.